What is going on, everyone? It's Judith here, and welcome to episode 66 of Entrepreneur in the Spotlight. And tonight we're hanging out with the one and only Erika-Michelle Best. Erika here is a change agent. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a boss babe, and most importantly, she's a wine lover. and and she's here tonight. She's gonna drop some huge value. So sit down, grab a popcorn, grab a drink of water. It'll be fun. So Erika, give us a little bit of an intro and give us a little sneak preview what it's like inside your world.
Well, hey, Judith, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. I have watched you and connected with you recently and watched you, and I love absolutely watching your lives and the content that you add and just what you're doing kind of for this industry and what it is that we all love so much. So I really appreciate the opportunity to chat with you and talk to everybody tonight. So first of all, thank you for that. Again, I'm Erika-Michelle from Houston, Texas, and I call myself Mom Mess Express because seriously, when you do all of those things above, like life is absolutely insane. So I have been married for about 11 years and we have 3 beautiful children. I work from home. I have been a successful work from home mom now for a little over probably 10 years. And it's just been, it's been a crazy ride and I'm just enjoying it. So that's kind of a little bit about us. 1 minute I'm talking on the phone, on the road, got a baby in one hand, the kid in another, going to martial arts, doing a live video, and just, so I'm a juggler.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome though. You're really bringing us into your world, and that's always amazing. Like I see your lives. I see your posts. You're folding laundry, and you have post happening, and I'm like, oh, it's nice. I feel like I'm really in her world.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So at this point in time, what is your area of expertise?
My area of expertise is helping women. I mean, I help people, period, but my personal focus and passion is helping women, and especially more specifically moms, because so often when you become a mother, you give your everything to these children, like everything. And so you put a lot kind of on the back burner, so to speak, and not like in a negative way, but just you kind of lose yourself in that mom role. We have so many social roles and you kind of lose yourself in that. And my mission, so to speak, is to kind of help moms realize you actually can have it all. You don't have to forfeit one for the other, and just helping draw that out of people and motivate and show where, with a little bit of effort and some hard work and some time management, you can have, both worlds. You can be successful outside of that role, work from home, and still, provide a very loving and, great relationship and life for your children. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can do both.
Yeah, it's awesome. And that's the beauty of being able to work from home, and that's why it's a beautiful time to be alive. Because I remember when I was a kid, in sometime in the mid 90s, my
showing age, huh?
Yeah, there's no internet yet, right? Like, so my mom was always out on the road, so was my dad.
Yes.
So but I do appreciate everything they did, because being in the Philippines, right? Like, I was able to live an above average life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I appreciate everything they did, but it's such a beautiful time to be alive, because, as much as I want to be able to provide the same way my mom did for us, I want to see my kids grow up as well.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Mind you, I don't have kids, but yeah, that's if and when I do, right? Like, it'd be nice. So now we're going to get raw, right? And don't pull anything back, and really just lay it all out on us. Okay. Tell us about your rock bottom moment.
Rock bottom moment. I don't know that it's truly a rock bottom moment versus a moment of enlightenment and realization that I needed to do something different. And that's my daughter, which we were just talking about not too long ago. I worked corporate America basically from the time I was 15. It was my first job, was corporate America. And I always knew that that's what I wanted to do, et cetera, et cetera. And when we found out with my daughter that she was not developing properly, We were going in week after week, appointment after appointment, and just dealing with some things emotionally. They kept telling us, you know, there was no way she was going to make it. And I just knew that I could not be an employee to anyone at that time. I needed to focus on, you know, my well-being, my mental health, and this child that was about to come into the world that we just had no clue what it was going to be. Yeah. And at that time, I knew I probably was not going to go back to a traditional job. And I've talked about it before, you know, on lives and things like that, and how I came, you know, around to this. And that was just a moment for me when I saw her. She spent, you know, 14 weeks at NICU. We came home with a ventilator, feeding tubes, nursing, all that. And there was just no way I could divide that. Or I can't say there was no way. I didn't have a desire to divide that. I wanted to devote everything and all of myself to her. With that, about a year into it, I had a realization that as much as I love being a mom, there's something else for me. Like I started feeling like I'm missing a piece of me. There's something else I wanted to do. I got very kind of lost and just almost depressed in a way. I was just like, you know, as much as I love her and everything else, I just feel like there's something else I should be doing. There's something else I should be doing. But I knew I couldn't go work for anyone else. So I knew I needed to find just that opportunity for myself where I could, you know, provide, be there for her, and help someone, share that with someone, and do something for someone. And, you know, that kind of brought me into, you know, the kind of business and industry that I'm in, because, you know, there's not too many things that you can do like that will encompass all of that. So it's not really kind of rock bottom as far as, you know, financially speaking or whatever, but just emotionally, you know, going through that and trying to find myself again outside of being her mom, nurse, caretaker, and things like that. That was what kind of brought it home for me and made me realize, holy cow, you know, I can do something else. I can do all of these pieces, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. You know, it's, you know, like you said, you know, it's amazing being a mom, but at the same time, you are still you as a person. So
that's
yeah.
right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah. And see, you know that, and you don't even have kids, girl. But it's like so important. I was raised by a single mom. And so she worked a lot, you know, she had to, she didn't have a choice. And so, you know, I watched what it did to her, having to be away and not be able to make it to school functions and things like that. And I was like, I don't want that, you know, for my kids. And I understand there are a lot of women out there, whether they're single or not, that have to go through that same thing. And it's heartbreaking, you know, for them, because they don't, you know, they want to be there, but they also have to provide for their family. So I love that, you know, we have an outlet for that. So
yeah, it's awesome. You know, so did you take like any particular steps to, you know, get moving towards that vision that you had?
Well, yes and no. It was kind of accidentally on purpose. I did take steps towards it. I just knew I needed to dive in and do something. You know, it took me, you know, a couple of tries before I found home for myself. And that, you know, that's where I'm at, you know, at this point. I started a couple of businesses, you know, bought, you know, a brick and mortar business and things like that. So, you know, there was some, you know, kind of trial and error in there. And I just knew I just had to do something. Anytime you know you want to change, sometimes the best thing to do is just take a step forward and just see where it goes. It doesn't matter if that's not the one for you, if it doesn't work out, if it does work out, if you know, explode, whatever, but either way it goes, you still have to take a step forward and do that. So that's kind of what I did. I found a couple of, you know, opportunities, and I was like, okay, I'm not passionate about this. Like I can't, you know, this is not something I can get passionate about. So this is not a good fit for me. And, you know, I just found, you know, that opportunity where it was like, now this is it, you know, and those steps led me to that, and they all taught me something. You know, they got me out of my comfort zone. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is very uncomfortable for me, and being this transparent, it really is. You know, as much as I talk and do lives, and I'm very personable one-on-one, but like a live, you know, thing like this, it's like, it's uncomfortable. Sometimes you just have to say yes to things to see where it's going to take you. You know, I mean, even just us connecting, something that simple to connect with somebody on Facebook, to have this opportunity be brought about, is just, sometimes you just have to say yes and just take one step forward and see where it goes. Yeah. And so that's kind of how that worked out for me. So
yeah, it's awesome. You know, like what I love about that story that you just told us is that you did not need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. And that's always amazing, you know, just take that first step. And you know what, sometimes you don't know what the answer is, but it will come to you as long as you trust the process and believe that the universe always has your back, because it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The only way to fail is to not do anything at all.
Exactly.
You know, if you don't make the move, you know what the outcome is going to be. You're
Yeah.
going to stay where you are right now. You're going to stay in the exact position that you are right now. If you make the move, yes, there's uncertainty, but at the same time, it's a step in a direction towards making a change that you want to have happen for your life. And whatever that is, it doesn't matter whatever it is. And I tell people this all the time, whether it's go back to school, start a business, you know, I don't know, move to Canada, you know, whatever, you know, take a step in that direction to get something moving. Because if you don't, you already know that outcome. It's going to be, people are, you know, afraid of the uncertain. Be afraid of what you're already certain about.
Mm-hmm.
If you already know where you are is not working, be more scared of that than taking that next step to see where that's going to take you. That's, you know, my motto, you know, just done.
Yeah, exactly. Look at it this way, okay? There's two kinds of fears, right? Rational fear, you're legitimately gonna get hurt, and then there's irrational fear. And look at it this way, okay? I'm scared to, let's say, go on live video because some random stranger that has absolutely nothing to do with me might say something that will also have nothing to do with me. That's exactly what you're scared of.
That's
When you put it that way, it sounds a little dumb.
Right. It doesn't. It sounds silly, and you'll know it in your head, but you still get nervous to go live.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. You know, you're not communicating to add value to the people who aren't going to care. Because guess what? Those people aren't going to care anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You're adding value to somebody who needed to hear that in that moment. You never know who you're motivating at any moment, at any time. Somebody out there, even if it's one person, somebody out there needs to hear what you have to offer. Somebody. It's going to help somebody. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. There's always enough abundance to go around. There's always someone for everyone. There's always the perfect customer for pretty much everyone. Right. So, yeah.
Right.
So
absolutely.
So far, what has been your biggest aha moment in your business?
Oh, wow. My biggest aha moment, actually, there's a lot of them, but my biggest aha moments are the moments when I have customers or team members or something like that, business partners, where I see where it's changed their life. Because I know what it's done for me. I know how it's helped me. I know what it's continuing to do, and I know where it's going. But when it excites me when I get that message and somebody's like, oh my God, you know, look what this did, or I can't believe it, or oh my God, you know, I got to send my kid off to, you know, private school or on a trip, or, you know, enrolled in an activity or something like that. Those are the people I want to reach. Those people who they want better for their children, but they just can't figure out where the resources are going to come from to do it. And now they have that little bit of extra where they don't have to worry about if their kid can go to the amusement park or go, you know, shopping with their friends or go, you know, things like that, buy a new pair of shoes, or, I mean, you know, just anything. I just love those kind of moments and just the excitement I draw from that. And, you know, that's, you know, those are probably my biggest aha moments, is when I get those messages or phone calls and they're experiencing, you know, the beauty in, you know, what this industry is and can offer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. You know, it's always, it feels great, you know, when you're able to help other people, but when you know, like you're giving little small solutions here and there, but when people actually reach back to you with excitement, it like 10x is that excitement that you feel. So yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Let's see here. We've got, hey, Robert, hey, Kelvin. Nice to see you guys. Tonya, how's it going? Reagan Velasquez, Patricia Willett, how's it going, guys? Hope you're enjoying, you know, hope you're getting tons of value, which you probably are, because she's not holding back. She's really dropping it.
I'm trying.
So what held you back from going all in your business when you were first getting started?
Scared I was going to look stupid. Scared I was going to fail. Scared of the naysayers and what people's opinions were. Scared it wasn't going to work. You know, it just the everyday, you know, kind of fear of uncertainty that we were just talking about. And finally, it's just, you just have to make the decision for yourself that even with all of that, even if you do get all of that, even if you do get somebody that's going to be like, oh, she's stupid, or, oh, you know, I don't like her, or, you know, whatever, like, it doesn't matter, because for every one of those, you're probably going to get 10 of the opposite. So, I mean, what's the big deal? It's not going to, you know, harm me in any way. You know, you get keyboard warriors and stuff like that. But, you know, I mean, at the very, you know, least, they don't live my life. They don't know my life. And, you know, if it's not something they don't agree with, that's okay. I can still carry on. You just have to realize that, like, you're still going to be okay, even if you get any of that. 9 times out of 10, you don't, because the love and support has been absolutely, you know, phenomenal. And I really appreciate it, because when you're really transparent, and I thank people a lot for this, you know, when you're really transparent and you get that love and support, you know, it's just like, holy cow, thank you so much. Cause I was a little nervous to do that, you know? And so thank you for, you know, kind of showing love and support. You get more of that than you do anything else. And that is totally worth it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of what held me back was my own head. You know, we get in our own heads and we start, well, what if this, and what if that, and what if this, and what if that? And none of that even matters. Just go do something that's going to have an impact in your life and better it, you know? So
yeah. I actually wrote a blog post about that a couple months or so ago. Maybe it's worth digging up and sharing again. But, you know, like, we all get so scared of something, like, as if nothing works out our way, or if someone says something negative, we're going to suffer a fate that's worse than death. When in reality,
right,
the sun will rise up again tomorrow and you'll get another go at it. So
right. Yeah. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And the worst you're ever going to get is a no.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, lately I've been personally, right, like, lately I still experience that fear, but lately I just, even if I'm like stuttering when I'm asking questions, I just ask it anyway, because what's the worst that could happen? Right. They say no. Right. But more and more recently, people are saying, you come in at the right time. Every time I ask a question, they come in at the right time, and the universe is at work here. That's something that I've been hearing a lot lately.
Right. Yeah. And if you never asked the question, you would have never known that.
Exactly. And it'll always be a no.
That's right.
So yeah.
That's exactly right. You never ask, it's always no.
Yeah. So what's the best advice you've ever received?
You know, so I've been in, you know, this industry for quite some time, actually. And I would have to say, just recently, one of my mentors, she said, quit being stingy with your goodness.
Yeah.
And I did a live on it not too long ago, because I was like, wow, she's kind of right. But, you know, you don't think of yourself that way. Like, at least I don't. I don't walk around thinking to myself, I'm good, you know? Like, I got this. You know what I mean? Like, you're like everybody else. You have insecurities. You know, you sometimes lack confidence, you know, things like that. And when she said that, it kind of like snapped me back. And I was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, quit being stingy with my goodness, dang it. I got something to say, and somebody will get some value out of it. So let me just share that. And it just completely just opened my mind. It was almost like one of those, wow, mind blown moments, you know, it's something I should have known. But she was like, quit being stingy with your goodness. Get out of your own head. Let go of all of that, and like, go share that. Like, go show people what you have to offer. And it has completely changed things dramatically for me. Just quit being stingy with your goodness, because we all have something that somebody else needs. We all do. Everybody has some unique thing a gift that they are really good at, and somebody needs that from them. So go share it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this boils down to a mindset of scarcity and abundance, right? Because everyone is scared to share their best advice on video, because they're scared that no one's gonna buy their product if they give out their best stuff for free. The thing is, you know, like, say I came to Erika and I learned off of her videos, and I was able to create a good business based off of her free content. Awesome. You know, she was able to help make a change in someone else's life. But let's say, you know, but then not everyone is able to just go off of free content. A lot of people, 70 to 80% of them would need that one-on-one help. And those are the ones that are going to buy from you regardless. So come from a standpoint of abundance. As I mentioned earlier, there's enough to go around, more than enough, if anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. So do you have like a personal habit that's like just a must for you on a daily basis?
Oh my God, yes. So I mentioned I was a mom.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 kids. One is medically dependent,
Yeah.
and a husband that works out of town. So there's not one thing. Okay. I want to say 3. Can I say 3?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So the biggest one, there's a couple of things there, because one is time management. Obviously, you have to have a planner. Like, you have to have, like, literally, I have broken out my day sometimes. I've been getting better at it, because there's sometimes I'll have the block of time, carved out, and then like life will happen. And it's like, okay, that's not going to go as planned. So I have, 30-minute increments, 1-hour increments. I have blocks literally, carved out for different things, even housework, laundry, talking to people, going to the grocery store, picking kids up from school, going to activities. You have to have that carved out. Time management is a huge factor when you're a stay-at-home mom, or really kind of any business owner, entrepreneur, anything like that. You have to get control of your schedule. You don't have a choice. And the reason I wanted to mention more than one, because even as important as that, personal development, and I just recently learned this from a few of my mentors, why it is so important. And it seems so cheesy. And I also did like a live video about this too. It seems cheesy to stand in the mirror and, give yourself words of affirmation and stuff like that. Listen to positive things and pour into your own mind before you pour out into someone else. You have to take care of yourself first, because your mental state, your mindset, your perspective, everything has to be in sync in order for you to pour into somebody else and give value to somebody else. If that's out of whack, you're going to find those days where you don't want to get out of bed. You want to binge and watch TV and eat junk food because your mind is not right. You're kind of getting into that depressed, kind of feeling where you feel groggy and
oh boy.
Sorry, got a phone call. Where you feel, kind of groggy and just drained, and you just don't have energy for anything. It's, if you take on everybody else's stuff before you've gotten your mind right, it's going to bog you down. So you have to have, personal development, positivity. I listen to Fearless Motivation and things like that on Spotify and stuff like that. Like every single morning while I'm getting dressed, I have Bluetooth in my ear while I'm getting dressed, 3 kids running around, feeding them breakfast, getting ready for school, everything. It's in my ear. It's just going. I even let the kids listen to it now. We say I am statements in the morning on the way to school. I make them each, I'm like, give me your 5 I am statements for today. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And, it's just kind of just to even teach them that, because it's so important to tell yourself what you're going to be and what you're going to do, and then stick to that. And then that's where the time management comes in. So those are my 2 big, habits I feel I have to have. And when I don't have them, everything is just, I start getting, overwhelmed. I hate those words, but I start getting those feelings like, oh my God, I'm dragging through the day. And you just, you got to get your mind right and get your schedule right.
Yeah. What's the third one?
Let's see. I don't know. I can make one up real quick.
You said 3. That's fine.
Did I say 3? Time management, personal development, and I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I told you my computer was messed up, so all my notes are like.
That's fine. Hey, I guess we'll have an awesome fun time for number 3, because
Absolutely. Let's do that.
That's right. So
right.
But that's true though. Let me just add on to that a little bit. Like, I'm someone who really, I have a strict morning routine, but something happened last Tuesday that pretty much grabbed me by the neck and just dragged my energy down. So Wednesday I powered through it, but yesterday for some reason I just cannot get myself out of bed, that I literally called into work, called in sick to work, because I just can't do it. I just didn't have it in me. So, and this is and this is where the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with really comes in, because the only way I got myself out of that funk was I connected with some people on Facebook. I chatted with, like new friends. I got on a call with the other entrepreneurs. I listened to podcasts, and before you know it, there we go. I'm back at it, and I was back on the road.
That's right.
So yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
and that's and that's so true about the people, the five people you're around the most, or is going to have the biggest influence in your life. And it's hard, because you have to protect your mind. You have to protect that space.
Yeah.
And I don't I don't leave a whole lot of room for negativity and stuff like that, because there's just no time for it. You have to, you have to guard your space and your circle. Because if you don't, all that stuff starts filtering in. What does it go? Negative goes down is a trickle down effect. You know how that saying goes or whatever.
Something like that.
And it's true. It'll end up kind of, that'll start seeping in. And if you aren't doing your personal development and, stuff like that, it'll stick with you. And then before you know it, you've got, a week of just kind of don't feel like dealing with anything, Yeah. And there's just no room for that. You don't have time for it. You got other stuff to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, it's not even that hard. If you spend the first 10 or 15, 20 minutes of your day listening to something on type in motivation on YouTube.
That's right.
Pages after pages after pages of stuff you could listen to. Right. Or,
right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And think about it this way, right? Like a garden, right? The natural state is weeds, and we have to come in there every once in a while, trim it out, pull it out. And it's the same thing. If you stop your personal development, it wouldn't take long until the weeds start overrunning the place.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's amazing. So what do you have on the go these days? What's something you're super excited about?
So one of the things I'm like super excited about, oh God, I want to start, I'm starting a blog, right? So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I actually hadn't even announced that yet. So I've been in the background kind of working on that a little bit. And I'm really super excited about that. And my trip to Orlando in May for our conference. I am over the moon about that because it is also my birthday weekend. And I can't wait to go travel, hear all the new great things, get around, all those people and just everybody in one room together, just feeding off each other's energy and things like that. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited about that. And then my daughter's birthday tomorrow. She will be 9 years old. Just to my, for my personal life, I'm just like super excited about that because, to go from she's not going to survive to now we're going on 9th birthday. That's just something that just always gets me all filled up inside. So
when, oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. But when something like that was told you, someone's not going to make it or you're not going to make it, it really gives you, it really makes you value every single day that you want to make sure that you say things that need to be said. You get to spend the time that needs to be spent, and it's great.
Right. And you need to take the chances that you want to take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Because none of it is promised. So if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be doom and gloom here, but one of these days, everything is just going to go black and that's it. You're done. Right. Before that time comes, what do you want to get done in your life? And you only and you only get one go at this. So,
So you might as well make the best of it.
Exactly.
Take the chances, take the leap, jump, and go for it.
Boom. Exactly. Yeah. So it's been fun. I don't want to wrap it up yet. It's that time.
Is it really?
Is it?
That went by so quick.
I know. Can you believe it's been 33 minutes? So before
That's awesome.
Right? So before we wrap this up, give us a parting piece of guidance. What's that one thing you want to leave with us here tonight?
Oh God. Okay. So the one thing I want to leave you here with is, don't be afraid of the steps you might take. Be afraid of the ones you never take. And I mean that wholly and truthfully, because like I was saying earlier, you already know the outcome. If you don't make the move that is, if it's within you and you keep thinking about it, you keep talking about it, it keeps weighing on you, something is trying to compel you that, okay, now is the time. Now is the time for you. It is the right time. You are where you are right now, where you're supposed to be to do what it is that you want to go do. But if you never believe in yourself enough, even if no one else does, believe in yourself enough to know that you're worth taking the chance, you're worth taking the step, and don't ever look back. Believe in yourself wholly and fully, and nothing can stop you. Nothing can. Even the person who's telling you you can't do it. If you believe in yourself strong enough, mad enough, and crazy enough, you will succeed. So just go for it. Yeah. That's my parting piece.
Woo! That's amazing. That's it's like mic drop.
Right? Thank you.
Yeah.
And a hair flip? No?
Yeah,
Right?
sure, go ahead.
Yeah. My daughter, she's always like, hair flip. She's a mess.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here tonight and dropping some major value. We really do appreciate that.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to jump on with you. I'm so excited. I've been watching your lives and I was like, I can't wait. So I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thank you. So before we hop out, what's the best way that we could connect with you?
The best way to connect with me is through Facebook, facebook.com/Mom Mess Express, because that is me, like Hot Mess Express, except Mom Mess Express. Anyway, that's probably one of the best ways, or on Instagram, same one, Mom Mess Express. And I am always on social media. I love it. And I love connecting with new people and introducing myself and just getting to know you, and what you're all about. So
awesome. So guys, there you have it. Erika-Michelle Best just dropped some major value in a span of 36 minutes. I learned lots. So yeah. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with Erika and myself here. Thank you so much for sharing this experience with myself. It's a real pleasure hanging out with Erika here. Keep the hearts, the likes, the shares, and the comments coming in. A replay of this video will be available on anchor.fm/Judith Vergara. It'll be available there as well as Facebook and YouTube. Also, before we hop out, don't forget to make sure to turn on live notifications. That way you never miss out. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure to hit subscribe. If you're watching from Anchor FM, make sure to hit subscribe as well. That way you never miss out. So guys, we're going to hop out. That's right. So guys, we're going to hop out, and you guys have an awesome evening. If you have any questions for Erika or myself, drop them in the comments and we will be sure to address that as soon as we see them. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next live. We'll see you on the next episode of Entrepreneur in the Spotlight. Bye, guys. Later.
Bye, Judith.